right now, we've attended multiple sit-ins in a lot of counties. It's a lot of racial issues that our children are facing. So our children are being called all sorts of racial slurs, hate speech. Things are happening to them physically, emotionally, and we're here to support our babies. We're here to make sure that they are protected in every way possible and to hold administration accountable to the policies they already have in place to actually enforce those policies.
Has this been an ongoing thing, and how long has it been going on?
It's been going on forever. It's something that I need parents to understand that they're not alone, that they're not the only ones it's happening to. We just need them to come forward so that we can help them enforce the policy that's already in place. But as far as our schools, since COVID, we have seen it increase. We've seen it very ramped up for our children. Our children are being called the N-word. They're being called monkeys. They're being called all sorts of racial slurs, and it's not okay. So the thing that we're trying to do is we're trying to bring awareness to it and make sure that we stand in the gap and make it stop.
Do you hope that something comes out of this today, or do you think that something is going to come out of this today, or is it just to get kind of like a presence within these
Well, the first sit-in was our hope to make something come out of it, to make some actions happen. This sit-in, the lawsuit's already been filed by our parent, Erica, and there have been other parents that have come forward that are having similar issues that have, that we are adding to what's going on. So today, we are not hoping that administration is going to come to us and say they're going to fix anything. We're demanding it. We're not asking you.
Okay. Do you guys?
What needs to be done to fix it? What do you want them to do?
Well, there's policy that needs to be implemented. The policy that needs to be implemented is, instead of just calling it bullying, it needs to be hate speech, racial slurs, those kind of things. And teachers need to actually enforce that policy. What's happening is when our students are coming to the teachers and saying that I've been called an N-word every single day, or I'm being bullied in some way racially, the teacher is saying sticks and stones may break my bones, or it's just words, or it won't hurt you, or to ignore it. We've been told that in our entire lives, and that's not how it works. The way that we demand respect is the same way that everyone else demands respect. So what we're asking for is for administration not to eradicate racism. I'm not asking them to fix racism. I'm asking them to stop it at the door. So what I'm telling them is, in their school, their responsibility is to make sure that their children are being protected. All of them, not just some of them. It's just that simple.
The meeting has a public comment section. Do y'all plan to speak and voice your concerns?
Quite honestly, we would love to speak and voice our concerns, but during the last sit-in, when there was the option for public comments, they said public comments, there are none, and move on. They did it in 5.5 seconds. They don't want us to speak. So we would love to speak. But when they give the option for public comments, it lasted literally 5 seconds, and then they moved on. So they're not giving an opportunity to speak.
If they mention that again, would you bring that up?
We would love to. Here's the issue that we have now. The parent that we have has already filed a civil lawsuit against the county, and there are other parents that have come forward. They didn't want to listen to us at the last sit-in. They've not wanted to listen to us when we've tried to reach out and talk to them. So I don't know why they would want to listen to us now.
When you say sit-in, what does that entail?
A sit-in is what we're doing right now. We wear black t-shirts in solidarity, and we show our presence. Last time when we came to the sit-in, they called in extra police officers because they were afraid of us. For some reason, when we show up and say we're here, pay attention to us, they're afraid. So that fear brings about them making a policy change and doing something different. So that's what a sit-in is. A sit-in is peaceful. A sit-in is saying, hey, we have something we would like to speak to you about, and talk to us about it. But every time we reach out for a meeting outside of the Board of Education meeting or outside of that, we're ignored. So what can we do is to continue to enforce the policy. You have policy in place, we're asking you to follow it. It's that simple.
Really upsetting, it being 2022 and stuff like this is happening, especially since like Dobbins, Bennett, and Science Hill, which are very, very kind of culturally diverse places, are.
Did you say they are?
Dobbins, Bennett is relatively.
Sorry. Here's the thing. I would like to say that this is not the only county it's happening. I think the thing that everybody needs to understand is I've attended sit-ins at Greene County, Greenville City, Hawkins County, Cobb County, Granger County is next, Kingsport, Bristol City, all of these places. It is like I'm listening to a recording of parents over and over. Each parent, they're not all talking to each other and coming together as a group and saying, hey, we're having this issue, let's say this. Every parent I talk to gives a very similar account of what's allowed to happen. And why I say allowed is because, tell me this, if I wore these jeans to school and it was against school policy, what would a teacher need to do to make sure that policy is enforced? It's against dress code, correct? They could send me home, they would follow the policy. Why is that saying not policy, not followed for hate speech? If it's against the policy, then all I need you to do is, as a teacher and as an administrator, enforce it. There are connections that I am seeing personally from county to county of administrators that go from one county to the next, and those policies seem to follow. Children being detained illegally for 2 and 3 days in the office away from class to be interrogated, not allowed to speak to their parents. There are bigger issues that are happening that nobody wants to talk about. So the thing that I need everybody to understand is this is not just Hawkins County. This is across all of the counties in East Tennessee, and we need to understand that it is not okay. And now that we acknowledge it's not okay, what do we need to do to fix it?